Thank you for joining us for this short tutorial on how to complete the Post-16 Universal Transition Form, also known as the UTF. As you can see, I have navigated to the Wolverhampton Council's Transition webpage. On this page, you will find a range of information to support settings with the transition process. It is also where you can locate the Wolverhampton Universal Transition Forms. The UTF is already well established to support the transition from nursery to primary and primary to secondary. Both of these documents can be downloaded from this webpage. For this online tutorial, we will be focusing on the new Post-16 UTF. For the purpose of the Post-16 UTF is to identify those young people that may require additional support when moving to a Post-16 provider. It is designed to be a starting point for the transition and information sharing process to ensure the young person is successful in their next setting. Once you have found your way to the City of Wolverhampton's transition webpage, you will be able to download the Post-16 UTF from the right-hand side of the page underneath the Download section. Click on the tab to open the downloaded document, and we recommend you then save it to your own local drive. Once you have opened the Excel document, you will see that some columns have a purple heading. These can be populated with information that can be drawn from the school's pupil management system, such as SIMS, ARBOR or BROMCOM. In order to do this, the user will need to run a report from their school's pupil management system, choosing the appropriate information according to the headings on the UTF, starting with surname and ending with language proficiency. To facilitate this process, the local authority have created a patch that will provide a report template that will ensure the correct information is pulled from your pupil management system. If you do not know how to do this, a member of your admin team or IT technician should be able to support you. Once you have created your report, it will look like this. You can now save it if you wish, and the information can be copied and pasted directly onto the UTF by highlighting the information in the columns and right-clicking using Ctrl+C and then Ctrl+V. It would be beneficial to check through the information that has been drawn from your pupil management system to ensure that it is up to date and accurate. Taking our example pupil Jakob, we can see that his personal information, such as name, date of birth, UPN and ULN are accurate. His ethnicity is any other white background and his home language is Polish, so English is an additional language for him. Jakob is supported through SEND support at his secondary school and therefore the SEND status is recorded. If your setting does not record the language proficiency of the pupils, you can input this information manually using the drop-down option. The language proficiency only needs to be included for those pupils where English is an additional language, also known as EAL. The next 6 columns do not have a purple heading, which means you need to put the information manually. The intended Post-16 setting should have been discussed with the young person and their preference should have been added to the form. In the instance of a young person having more than one option, try to encourage them to identify their first choice and record this on the UTF. The Jakob, he is hoping to attend Wolverhampton College, so we can type this into column M. It is worth pointing out that if a young person does not take their place as initially intended, the Post-16 setting must destroy data in an appropriate and timely manner in accordance with GDPR. For further information around how the UTF relates to the risk of NEET indicators and adheres to GDPR policies, please see the guidance notes on the document. Moving along to the next column, Jakob has no dietary needs or allergies, so we can use the drop-down option to choose No for column M. However, Jakob has type 1 diabetes and a healthcare plan, therefore we choose Yes for column O. It is important to note that additional information around healthcare needs should not be included on the UTF. As per the statutory regulations around information sharing, it is for the Post-16 setting and the secondary school to make contact and share the relevant information. This includes information on Jakob's special educational provision, any safeguarding information, social care needs and any other information that is pertinent for the young person to having a successful transition. It is imperative that sharing of information, including the UTF, is carried out through secure channels, for example, encrypted emails or handing over relevant files directly to the setting. Jacob's family are supported through a family help plan. Therefore, for column P, we will use the drop-down to choose FHP for Family Help Plan. This means his post-16 setting will need to request further information from his current school. In addition to the Family Help Plan, Jacob does have a safeguarding file, so we need to choose Yes from the drop-down menu in column Q, and we can also choose Yes to show that Jacob requires access arrangements. Once all the information has been inputted for each young person in the year group, we can then filter the content to ensure that only relevant information is shared with the appropriate setting. To filter the information, highlight the contents of column M, intended post-16 setting, and click the Sort and Filter button at the top right-hand side of the document and choose Filter. A drop-down arrow will then appear in the column heading, and you can click Select All, which will uncheck all the options. Check the name of the setting that you would like to share the information with. We will use City of Wolverhampton College. Once you have clicked OK, you will see that you now only have information of those young people that intend to go to this setting. It is important then that when inputting the information into the cell that you spell it and the word the same, otherwise the filter will not pick up the information. For example, if you use City of Wolverhampton College for some pupils, but Wolverhampton College for others, they will not all show up in your filter. We suggest you now create either a new Excel document for this information or a new sheet. We will create a new sheet by clicking the plus button at the bottom of the document. This will appear as Sheet 1, and you can rename it by clicking on the tab and choosing Rename. You can label it by the name of the setting. If you now return to the original tab, named Post-16 Transition Form, you can highlight the entire sheet by clicking the small arrow in the top left-hand corner. Then copy the information by right-clicking or Control-C, and then click onto your new sheet and paste into the A1 cell. You should now see a UTF with all the information for the young people attending the City of Wolverhampton College. Once you've pasted the information, you can return to the original Post-16 Transition Form sheet and filter the information again, but for a different setting. You will do this by unchecking the City of Wolverhampton box and then checking a new box such as Heath Park Sixth Form. You can see that now only information for the young people wanting to attend Heath Park Sixth Form are shown, and you can create a new sheet and copy and paste the information as before. Do this for each setting, and then the information is ready for you to share, most likely via an encrypted email with a relevant Post-16 provider. We hope you found this tutorial useful. As already mentioned, please refer to the Guidance tab on the spreadsheet, in particular noting the 3 key points to stress.